Hello, everyone. We are Fertility. My name is Alex, and I'm joined by a few people here on a few people from Fertility as well, mostly on the people team, and one person from our sales team. And yeah, we're going to kickstart our presentation. We're excited to talk to you about our company, our culture, our opportunities, what we do here, and see if there's a lot of potential interest. But yeah, I guess yeah, so a quick agenda to start up top. We'll do some quick introductions. It's mostly going to be myself and my colleague Terrence Maynard speaking, and then we'll also be joined by Leslie Neitzel, our Chief Human Resources Officer, as well as Carla Mendieta, our one of our SMB account executives, and then also joining us is our newly anointed Director of Talent Acquisition as well, Mara Kern. She'll be able to help answer any questions about roles as well. But yeah, so right up top, my name is Alex. I am one of our recruiters. I focus specifically on our go-to-market role, so that's sales and marketing. And yeah, I've been with Carrot Fertility since August of 2021, and yeah, it's been a great opportunity thus far. I'm really been loving everything about Carrot thus far, and excited to see where we're going next. And I'll pass the mic off to my colleague Terrence here real fast.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you all the members of Fairstream who have set up this wonderful presentation today. On behalf of Carrot, we can't thank you enough. But my name is Terrence Maynard. I am with the people team here with Carrot, working in the talent operations role, starting into my second month and continuing because I love Carrot. I'm so grateful to be a part of this wonderful organization. Next, I'll go ahead and pass it to Leslie if she would like to introduce herself. Leslie.
Thank you, Terrence and Alex. I appreciate it. As Alex alluded to, I'm Leslie Neitzel. I'm the CHRO here at Carrot, and really thrilled to spend some moments with you all today. So welcome any questions and comments that you have as we walk through our presentation.
Cool. So yeah, we will introduce a few more folks later, but I think we just want to get into our story, our culture, talk about our teams and roles, and highlight a few folks here as well. But yeah, just going into Carrot Fertility and what we're about. Essentially, we are a fertility benefit startup, a family forming benefit startup. And so, we were founded in 2016 by our CEO, Tammy. Our mission is to make fertility and family forming benefits, forming care accessible and affordable to all, regardless of their age, race, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, or geography. And so essentially, how we do that is our solutions encompass things such as IVF treatments, surrogacy, adoption, and egg and sperm freezing as well. And just recently, we added benefit services relating to menopause and low testosterone as well. And so overall, it's a very expansive platform. When we think about benefits, it's traditionally just been medical, dental, and vision. And so we here at Carrot are working to add family forming and fertility benefits to basically that pillar. Those three, those pillar benefits. And so, sorry. So yeah, we are a Series C startup. We secured about up to, I believe, $114 million in funding thus far. When I had joined August of 2021, we had just secured $75 million in Series C funding specifically. When I had joined, we were also just a little bit under 150, and now we're a little bit over 320. So we've been going through a lot of growth. We still have plenty of open roles and are continuing that momentum halfway through 2022 right now. And so, yeah, definitely, what our platform, what we have to offer, it's super enticing to, both employees and employers, especially in the last couple of years, but there's been a lot of changes in the workforce, a lot of moving around with talent, people just, pursuing new opportunities. And we're finding that, something like Carrot Fertility really entices folks to pursue new opportunities. We're finding that employees now more than ever want options for pursuing parenthood, and our platform is really able to meet them at their demands. And so a lot of people will pursue new opportunities, or they'll stay at their current employer if they're able to offer something like Carrot. And so yeah, from a talent perspective, that's what employees are looking for. That from an employer perspective, as employers, again, especially, in the midst of like the great resignation, employers and companies were really thinking about what they could do to entice their employees to stay. That's where something like Carrot really played a big part in that. They, as they're thinking about their strategy to retain talent, and also their strategy surrounding DEIB as well. Carrot can play a big part in that as well. We, in our surrogacy and adoption solutions, we're able to support LGBTQIA families in pursuing family forming journeys themselves. And so, it's played a big part in just, in the employers' EIB strategies. And so, we're a very expansive platform. We help, cover the cost of a lot of procedures. We are able to provide a multitude of support as well. We have a dedicated care navigation team, a dedicated medical team to support and family forming journeys. Another selling point for us is that we have consistent global coverage as well. And so what that means is, a lot of our customers are big multinational companies like Netflix, Salesforce, General Motors. And so, they have employees abroad. And so, we have a dedicated global operations team that works to ensure that Carrot is able to operate at the same level abroad as it does domestically. And so that's another big selling point for us as well. And so, that, rattled off a few things here, but that overall, that is Carrot. That's what we do here. We are looking to make family forming and fertility benefits truly accessible for all. And so what I'd like to do next is I'd like to pass the baton to my colleague again, Terrence. And he's recently joined us, but he's already got a lot of great things to say about our culture, what we have to offer employees here. So pass the mic off to you, Terrence.
Thank you again, Alex. So briefly, I just want to go back to that culture slide, if we can, and because that's what I'm going to be talking about right now, is the culture. Alex already reminded you of our mission, and I'll remind you again, because it's very important that you know that Carrot, we are here to make family forming and fertility care accessible and affordable for all. And again, that is all ages, race, sex, sexual orientations, gender identity, and even geography. This mission is so important because recently over 90% of our new hires and recent employees all said in a recent survey that this was the same thing that helped to make their decision to join Carrot. These are people who are excited about our mission. These are people who are aware of our mission and continue to have us thrive as a company because they truly care about this mission. But speaking of geography, Carrot is a fully distributed company, which basically means that we are fully remote. These initiatives allow us to have partnerships with great programs such as our We Work program, which allows us, if you're in a different community or locality and you have a We Work, you can actually work in these co-working spaces. And again, this is what we mean while we love to make Carrot affordable, as well as with this We Work program accessible for all employees. But speaking of localities and communities, next will be a great time to talk about these employee community groups, right? So if you're connected to or familiar with the HR department, you might have heard of employee resource groups. Well, this is a synonym here at Carrot with a slightly different name called employee community groups. And while we have a great list, which I'll go into in a couple other slides, just know that these groups are all about fostering community here in the Carrot organization. This leads to great speaker events, including lunch and learns and ECG speakers here with Carrot. Recently, I definitely want to shout out the Carrot AAPI, or the Asian American Pacific and Islander group, who had an amazing author, Cindy Wilson, who is the author of Too Much Soul, come and do a great speaker event, as well as in the future in honor of Pride Month. At the end of the month, in June 30th, our Rainbow Carrot ECG will have a drag story time brunch. So these are some of the great things here at Carrot. So ECGs here at Carrot are Black at Carrot, Carrot AAPI, Las Zanaharias, Parents of Carrot, as well as Rainbow Carrots, which all have great missions on fostering all members of said communities and affinity groups here at Carrot very well. One other thing I want to touch on our culture slide is the importance of learning and development in our offsites. Learning and development here at Carrot is taken to the most priority and of importance because we foster and care about employee growth here. And then our offsites and even Team Connects allow us to come in person and to divulge and to share some of those things that we've learning and to help us improve as teams. Recently, the people team met in Washington, D.C., the capital of the nation. Recently, it was a great trip, but just to connect and meet as a team. And even regionally, while we have carrots spread out across the regional U.S. and abroad, we will be doing regional events soon. So in September, we actually have a great Boston trip planned, and we're excited to meet some of our Carrot members in certain regions like Boston, Chicago, et cetera, across the nation as well. So on the next slide, we're going to, again, just talk about some of those ECGs again, just to recap. Some of them are definitely great and newer, such as Parents of Carrot, and some of them are even being developed now. So please know if you have a community, you're working here at Carrot, you want to get it started, it is possible and is definitely encouraged here at Carrot. And our next slide talks and shows a little bit more about those members, right? So from in the top right, we have some of the members of our sales team, but definitely got together and met and again, fostered that community, as well as Las Zonarias, the Latinx, Carrot ECG, as well as our Carrot AAPI ECG. And then the last thing I'll be talking with you all today will definitely be on the team breakdown here at Carrot. So from sales, customer success, definitely look no further because all the way down, you'll see people team, which we're all connected. Some might say we're the best team, but honestly, all Carrot teams are the best here. So whether you're connected and want to learn more about sales, customer success, finance, or global solutions, we definitely foster a great way to learn more about our Carrot roles as well as our open roles here at Carrot through our career page. It looks definitely like this. And if you are able to navigate, please click on these roles. If you see one that you like, definitely click and read the information. As we have a live look at those roles right now, we have some great ones open for you. Also, please know that you have any questions, you can definitely, if you find a contact information, you find that recruiter's name, please reach out. We would love to basically talk to you about as much as we can, as well as even share with the role during our interview and selection process. So thank you so much. And next, I will definitely pass it off to, I believe, we go back to the slides, I believe we have Leslie coming up next. So Leslie, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Terrence and Alex. And I don't know, Alex, if you have a couple of thoughts you wanted to weigh in. Otherwise, I'm happy to give a little bit of background on myself, but I'll defer to you for a moment.
Yeah. One quick thing I want to shout out. Thanks, Terrence, for going through our culture slide decks and just talking about our open roles as well. But real fast, these are all of our open positions currently. And if you're looking through this and you're not seeing anything that quite lines up with what you're looking for, definitely feel free to submit to our little tab here. Don't see what you're looking for. It's just a general application section. And so, definitely, submit your resume, your information. We'll keep it on file. We're constantly hiring and we'll be opening new roles really very shortly. And we'll love to reach out to you once we have those open. But it would be great to have your information prior to that so that we can be proactive about it. I think that's the only comment I wanted to make. Leslie, we'll go back to you, slideshow, and you can take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. So I thought I would just spend a couple minutes giving you a little bit of background on myself and my perspective with Carrot. So as I mentioned, or as was mentioned earlier on, so I'm the Chief Human Resource Officer here. And what that means is sort of full responsibility for the people team, including our talent acquisition team. Our IT team actually rolls up under people learning and development, general talent development, and employee engagement, as well as people operations. I'm from North Carolina, so to kind of touch on Terrence's comment about being fully distributed, I'm on the East Coast as an example, Southeast. I've been with Carrot for a little over a year now. It's been an amazing journey. Before I joined Carrot, I actually wasn't actively looking. I had actually intentionally taken some time off to spend with my kids. Obviously, the pandemic had been an interesting couple of years, so I wanted to give them a little bit of attention while I could. And a recruiter approached me about Carrot, and it only took a few moments and a quick conversation to really sell the value of what this organization is, not just from a business perspective, but also culturally. It's as you know, you've heard a couple of different times, we're here to support fertility health, right? It is a fundamental part of healthcare, and Carrot itself, founded several years ago, was built with inclusivity in mind, and that is a major part of our culture. We support a culture of inclusivity, embracing our roots as a company and as individuals, looking to empower our teams to support our customers, to support each other, to support our members in every step of their journey, whether it's a family forming journey, their journey within Carrot, and then beyond. I think we lead with compassionate honesty. We foster a strong sense of collaboration, even in the distributed nature that we exist. Communication is a cornerstone of our success. And the connections that we make with each other and our members are really just propelling us into the future. We've seen a lot of great growth in the 13, 14 months that I've been here. I think just to give you some quick anecdotes, when I joined, we were, I don't know, maybe about 90 employees. Mara, you would know just as much as I do, I think around that. And we're, nearing 350. The company is growing within the industry. And even as we navigate interesting waters within the macroeconomic climate, benefits and fertility are a necessity that are not going to go away. And so I'm excited to continue to see our growth as an organization, and love that the interest that you all have and what we're here to share within the impact that we're having in people's lives, which is fundamentally what makes this even more exciting. Any other thoughts I could add?
No, Leslie, I think you covered a lot of ground there, and I'm sure people will have a lot of questions that we will be open to that I'm sure you can help clarify, but definitely wanted to give the floor to our last speaker here, Carla Mendieta. And so, yeah, Carla is one of our employees here at Carrot. I won't say any more than that. I'll let her take the mic now and talk about what she does here and go from there.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Alex, for the intro. Well, for everyone, my name is Carla Mendieta. I am actually based in Miami, Florida. I actually started Carrot last year, end of April, as a sales development representative for the team. It's been really a great journey, really intense ride, but it's been a whirlwind, especially when we're talking about growth and really seeing the team grow. It's been really great and exciting just to see how far we've come in just a matter of a year. 6 months after my role as an SDR, I was actually promoted into the enterprise SDR team, which is really consisting of more of a strategic, outreach to companies over 4,000 employees. And just recently, I was actually promoted a little bit after my 1-year work anniversary to an SMB and account executive, which is really exciting and really happy about that. But, before Carrot, I actually came from retail. I loved my experience, obviously there, that one-on-one engagement with teams and clients, but nothing really beats more than really being a part of something much bigger than you. And that's really being a part of change. We speak to really making sure that we're being inclusive and really understanding that there's definitely gaps in society today. So, I'm a very big YouTube motivational video TED Talk junkie. And that's actually where I came across one of Tammy's speeches when it came to, really touch me and understanding that there's really that huge gap in society. And also it really hit home for me. I have a sister who's part of the LGBTQ community. And I just really knew that, I needed to be a part of something that mattered. And this was definitely something that connected with me and resonated with me. I've really made it a point to really get involved in Carrot this past year, including being part of one of our ACG groups, which is Las Zanahorias, which is Spanish for the carrots. Our goal really is to advocate for the Latinx community, really promoting Latinx culture and just obviously at Carrot as well, but also externally. We do this by fostering an inclusive safe space and social connectivity. But we had our actual one of latest events, our tequila cocktail class for Cinco de Mayo, which we made some tequila sunrises, Paloma cocktails. And we also really took the time to dig into the history behind the day. And we shared some stories, what we all, what our family members from all of our different backgrounds shared with us about it, which was really exciting and just insightful. And I think it makes you kind of really take a moment to appreciate, everyone's background and different experiences in life. And I think that's what we stand for. You can definitely see that picture on the top left, bottom right there, which is really cool. And random fun fact, I love Mexican food. So this was definitely one of the biggest highlights for me.
Cool. Yeah, I think Carla, thank you so much for sharing your story and just what you've done here at Carrot. It's nothing short of amazing to get 2 promotions and help be such an influential or just pivotal part of getting Las Auroras up and running. And so definitely we appreciate everything you do here at Carrot. And I think we have like a few minutes left, so let's field some questions and hopefully share some more information about Carrot that maybe we weren't able to share during this presentation. So yeah, but thank you for listening to our presentation though.
Thanks, Alex. I've been kind of fielding anything that's coming through the chat. A lot of people are sharing kind of their LinkedIn's and some roles that are of interest. So we have the job board live in there in case anybody wants to apply in. We're saving everyone's LinkedIn profiles as well so that we can get you added into our systems. And I know our recruiting team is already in the works of reaching out to some of you. So thank you. But any other questions on kind of Carrot as a whole that anybody has about what it's like to work at Carrot, benefits, any of the specific roles? I don't know if everybody in the Zoom is in the chat, but people are loving it. So, all right. I don't see any questions coming through. All right. Well, the job boards are in there, I guess, from the Fairstream side. Is there anything like, should we hang out for a bit and see if anything comes in?
Hi, it's Davina from Fairstream. If there's nothing else on, other questions that is coming through chat, we could go ahead and wrap up, and you can connect with prospective candidates through LinkedIn or, through the applications on the site. But it was a really great hearing you all speak and learning more about the company and the open roles and the culture. It's really important to know, it's a two-way street, right? So the candidate has to be a good fit for the company, but the company also has to be a good fit for the candidates as well. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for your participation in the chat.
We just had some questions come in.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, let me start at the top. So we had Leslie, I'll kick this one to you. What mental health benefits are provided usually?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we actually offer I guess I'll call it a subscription to Modern Health. Modern Health is an application or benefits that provides a number of different resources to support mental health through just actual educational resources, circles, access to coaches and therapists. So that's something that's available to all of our employees upon joining. And then in addition to that, some of the traditional benefits through like our medical plan and whatnot also offers additional mental health support through our standard health plan. So you have at least two resources available to you from those. And then as a company, we do a number of different lunch and learns. We call them grub clubs. I think I already talked about as an example of one of those recently. We talked about how to manage or avoid burnout. We've done meditation. We've done some different areas targeted specifically to helping all of us as individuals, particularly on the mental health side. So hopefully that helps.
Definitely. Thank you, Leslie. One came through, any marketing roles? None right now, but we do have that general application. So if you want to put your resume in there, Alex handles most of our marketing recruiting. So feel free to connect with him directly. We also got a question, what is work-life balance like as an employee? I'm happy to speak to this one and then if anybody wants to add. I think like the great thing about Carrot is we are fully distributed. So we know that folks work on, different time zones. And it's very much, of course, there's meetings to attend and times where you kind of have to be online, but it's very much kind of, depending on your team, getting your work done and being trusted and being an autonomous, worker. So we're a family forming company. A lot of folks at Carrot have families that they, need to tend to. So I know for me personally, like this is the most work-life balance, if you will, I've ever felt at a company, but happy to kick it to anybody else, or Leslie, if there's any like ways that you want to say we view it as a company.
I think you said it well. I think everybody obviously hopefully has a good positive individual experience for what they need. I think I will, add a little bit to that. I know the term work-life balance comes up a lot. I think the reality of it is it's really more like work-life integration. To be completely candid, I have 2 kids and balancing it is not always easy, but Carrot of all organizations has really helped me personally integrate the 2 together. Working from home, it can be hard to separate work and life, but as Mara alluded to, I think our focus is more on the outcomes than actually the input. So giving a lot of empowerment and autonomy, which I hear from many, if not all, of our employees about one of the things they really appreciate. And then so I do find it to be a healthy perspective here at Carrot.
Cool. And then one other question, Carla, I'm going to throw this one to you. Not to put you on the spot, but what's your favorite part of working at Carrot?
Yeah, I will say the people. I've came from retail, which is very different, a whole different ball game. But coming in, I think the transition was surprisingly very smooth. But I will say that it's all for the people that you work with. My leadership team was really helpful throughout the whole process. And if there's any company that I feel has the most resources, it's definitely this one. Everyone is always willing to help. There's a lot of collaboration happening, especially in the sales team, which I think it's just so important to have, especially when we're meeting with so many people from different backgrounds, which is great. But I think definitely that the collaboration in the company, it's been really great.
Well, I know we have 2 minutes left. That's the last question. So if anybody else wants to throw in their favorite thing, I would say the same thing, and people want to steal your answer. Alex, Terrence, Leslie, any favorite piece?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
yeah. No, swag is great. Definitely. What was it? I love the recruiting team. We have I wish I had my cat with me as well. Sorry. We created every ECG created we get a really nice budget, and so we created some swag of our own as well. But the recruiting team, we have this really nice long sleeve shirt. But yeah, I just love the autonomy, the flexibility, the trust that comes with working here. From a recruiting perspective, the conversations that I've had with candidates has been so unique and definitely impactful. I've worked at a few other startups, and it doesn't come anywhere close in terms of I think maybe the emotional gravitas that comes with working with Carrot. People are sharing stories about their family forming journeys and the challenges that have come with that, and or they know someone who has, and just how much of a difference something like Carrot has made for folks that they know, and or something like Carrot could have made a difference for folks that they know. And so yeah, it's not something I've experienced at other companies, and so it's a very unique and a very special place for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you to the Carrot Fertility team for being with us today and sharing their experiences and more about the organization. We really appreciate you being here. Thank you.